21 mistakes that guys make when meeting women video. Now, number one is listening to traditional dating advice. Now, the first protocol for most guys is what they learn about dating from their parents. Dating back when our parents were dating, when they got married, when they were teenagers, was very, very different. Second way that men typically go wrong is just a lack of masculinity. This kind of ties into the last point a little bit. You know, how masculine was your father, and how was his relationship with your mum? Was he the leader of the family? Did you have a good masculine male role? Third, fears around women and relationships. Now, a lot of this is going to be subconscious. Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to be in a relationship like your parents had? Number 4, scarcity. This is a massive one. Men just don't meet enough women. You need to meet more than society typically only date one person at a time. 5, they just can't approach. Being able to approach women in real life gives you a freedom in dating that you just cannot get elsewhere. Number 6, some men just hate women. That's because they have anger inside of them, and they get angry about that. You know, you tell me all the time that you date someone like me, and I'm fucking here. Why aren't you dating me? A lot of men, number 7, a lot of men aren't willing to change. They've been duped by the pickup industry, think that looks don't count, lifestyle doesn't count, and you know, you get your game right, you can get any girl you want. Number 8 is a lot of men don't close. So some men can actually go and approach and talk to women, or even they'll get along with Jenny in the office or some girl at their coffee shop or something, but they just don't ever ask the girl out. They don't ask for a phone number. They don't ask if she wants to come out on the weekend. Number 10, guys hate the idea of like, oh, there's no skill involved then. There's still a numbers element to it, you know. You still have to approach a number. Guys want to get good at this, go out and meet one girl, and then just they're done, you know. They don't value the growth that comes from going through the numbers. So there is a numbers game element to this. Number 11, men just don't prioritize this. A lot of men like kinda want to get good for this. They just don't feel a real compulsion to get good at this. I'll meet them at 41 and they're still waiting around. They never prioritize getting good at this. Number 11, a lot of men are addicted to negativity. Now, emotions are absolutely addictive. They are. And I think a lot of men are conditioned from childhood or wherever to be a victim. You know, they kind of have low self-esteem, and they don't, on some deep level, they get something out of that. Yeah, this is a very common self-help sort of notion, but I believe it is definitely true that, number 3, sexual issues. The testosterone levels of like a 25-year-old today in 2018 are the testosterone levels of a fucking 60-year-old man. A lot of guys rush the process. Some men want a girlfriend not for themselves or to contribute to their lives. They don't want to be good with women because that will make them feel better. They want it because of the social acceptance. Number 15, a lot of men work only on meeting women, dating, pickup. Again, it goes back to the pickup community, or a few things contribute to this. I was probably feeling my worst when I was sleeping with the most amount of women. When you get a much more balanced approach to life, where you're working on things that you like in your life, that you're working on your health, and maybe you're meditating, or maybe you're working on some stuff that inside of you, which I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You might still go through trials and tribulations. I think we all are. But as long as you're working on something as well as meeting women, 1, you're going to be in a much better place. 2, you're going to be 1,000 times more attractive. Number 16, bad conversation. A lot of guys get obsessed with conversation, and I get it, because conversation is very important. With conversation, and a very unpopular factor is that so much of conversation is not what you're saying, but it's where it's coming from, and it's who it's coming from. You know, you can get 2 guys who are having the same conversation with the same type of girl, but depending on the girl and the compatibility, one conversation is going to go fucking amazing, one's going to go shit. That's why I personally never walk away from a conversation that went shit. Number 17, not understanding women biologically. This is a massive factor. Men will very often listen to what women say they want, but they won't look at the actions that's going on underneath, and they don't really understand this whole lovers, providers thing. Again, this is not mine, but I really do believe it wholeheartedly, that women are attracted to 2 types of guys, typically at different times in their lives. The first is that good, stable provider, this great dad who's dependable and great with resources. The other guy is the, quote, bad boy, or lover, as the theory calls it, and that's much more like The theory goes that she would want his sperm because he's a very popular, driven, confident, high-status male. And you don't have to be either of those. You just be bits and pieces of either of those. But if you don't understand that biologically, and if you don't understand why women are attracted to what they're attracted to, you're doomed. You're never going to figure this out. If you don't understand that, I don't care how well you approach, it's never going to work out well for you. You need to understand. Number 18, ironically, a lot of men won't go for the relationship that they want. This is probably more an advanced problem, but it's definitely one that I've helped a lot of clients through. It's because it's one that I had to go through myself. Society says that there's one type of relationship and it should go this one particular way. So one example of this is a guy just being wired differently, just wanting to date different girls, or be it an open relationship, or keep things casual, or just be out there dating. And Number 19, a lot of men live in shoulds. And it's just, how dating should be, how women should be. They've got this notion in their head of what dating should be. Again, women are just as bad at this, and they will not look at the reality of what's actually happening around them. But 20, they try to do it all on their own. Where I'm from, there's an enormous community of people that are interested in doing this. And I will coach clients who just refuse to get involved in that. They refuse to make other friends with guys interested in this. They just try to do this on their own. So they can't learn from other people. Other people also keep you motivated. Lastly, number 21, men pedestal women. Men just get captivated by looks way too much. And I get it. I love women as well. Women are beautiful. But you need to see them as the person underneath the appearance as well. That's very hard when you have no skill with women. If you can date these women, sleep with these women, even just talk to these women, you start to see them for what they really are, but a lot of men don't get there.